Hey everybody, we are back and we are oh so close to getting these strings on this guitar. There's just a few things we have to do first. Finishing drilling these bridge pin holes through the soundboard and through the bridge plate on the bottom. I want to get a backer board underneath there to make sure I don't do damage to that bridge plate, so I don't blow that out. A 3/16 brad point bit, the same we use to drill the bridge. There we go. Now I'm going to take a little 220. I just got a little bit of those fibers that were sticking out into the body of the guitar at the bridge plate. I got those sanded off. Now we are good to ream these out. Now before we ream these out, let me just speak a little bit about what we're trying to do here. Right now this is a straight 3/16 hole all the way through. And as you can see, bridge pins are tapered. And we want to match this taper. This particular one is a 3-degree taper. There are 5-degree tapers pins out there, but I like the 3 better. I think they have better holding power and they're a little easier to dial in, although with 3 degrees being fairly shallow, you can overshoot it a little bit, but I do think they stick better than the 5s. We're going to use a bridge pin reamer. Let me pull the saddle out of there for this. So as you can see, this matches our bridge pin. Now our goal here is to get these bridge pins to sit down into these holes while keeping the shoulder right at our countersink area. And I'm not quite there yet. Almost. That should just about get us there. Let's see. Really want that shoulder to sit down in there just a little bit more. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I want to hear. Just a little bit of that as it seats itself into that hole. It's not coming out. And now I'm going to do that to the next 5. And I'll check in with you when we're done. Okay, that last one I think did it. And just brush over the top with some 600. Let's check these. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. Doesn't take much tension to get those out, but they are sure stuck when they get to the very bottom, which is exactly what I want. I need to cut slots for my strings. So I need to cut a slot in the front of this and over just a little bit so that the string can slide through the side without impeding how well this bridge pin seats. And I should also mention that I try not to use slotted pins, but if I don't have a choice, then I will turn the slot away from the string. Slotted pins were designed to make it easier to get your string through there and to give your string a little bit of relief, so you didn't need to cut as much of a hole here. But what that does is encourage not as deep of a string slot. And we really want to get that slot all the way down and get that big enough so the string can go all the way through and the ball can kind of hook on the bridge plate. It'll be trapped by the bridge pin, but we want that slot here to be big enough for the string to go all the way through and hook on the bridge plate itself, so that if we took the bridge pin out, it would stay there. And this doesn't need to have a full purchase on that string and the ball end. Here's what that looks like inside of your guitar. So that bridge pin comes through and the ball end is hooked on right there. And we want that to be tight enough so if that bridge pin came out, it would still be hooked on. And that's why we put that little slot right there. And remember, these are double wound at the end, so we do need to make that a little thicker. And this one sits perfectly. So that's what we want it to look like. I use a thin jigsaw that just fits down into there. And I should say not the entire jigsaw, but the jigsaw blade. It just fits through the hole, and I want to cut that exactly in the middle of that. I just switched positions so that I could get a little better angle on this with my right hand rather than my left. Now these are pretty well slotted, but what I now want to do is give these strings a little bit of relief this way, going at an angle so that they can come over the saddle and not have to go straight through, but I'm going to do that a little bit with this blade first. Very small strokes so that you don't end up coming out and hitting here, or even just scratching up the top of your bridge pretty badly. I'm going to come in with my round file. Round those out a little bit. You will usually have a little bit more fiber, a little bit of blowout on the back side of this, on that plate. So I'm going to take some paper, sand that again, and that should be good. Now our bridge should be done. I'm going to take just a little bit more wax and oil to this when we're done, but I think we're good for right now.